Hello everyone, myself Shahnawaz Mir, Faculty of Diploma in Engineering, Suresh Gyan Vihar University. We will discuss our new topic, that name is Cement Concrete and Quality Management. In this topic, we will discuss about the cement, concrete and quality management process. First we will discuss about what are the various grades of cement, grades of concrete, and what is the process of quality management in a concrete structure. So one by one we will discuss. As you all of as you all know that concrete may be defined as the mixture of cement, aggregate, sand and water. Cement, sand and water forms mortar, and cement was invented by Joseph Asfadin in 1824. So first, what is concrete? Concrete is a mixture of cement, aggregate and sand and water. And mortar, cement, sand and water form mortar, and cement was invented by Joseph Asfadin in 1824. How cement is prepared? Cement have many components like silica, alumina, iron oxide, lime, as I earlier told in video. So importance of cement. In importance of cement, cement is classified into three grades. The first one is 33, second one is 43 and third one is 53. 33 grade of cement is normally used for patchwork. 43 cement used like Portland cement we used in our concrete structure, and 53 is used in like big structure like bridge, apartment, dams. These are the grades of cement which are used in our concrete structures. But in some cases, as you have seen in many structures, some structure failed due to use of poor quality of aggregate, not proper mixing, not proper transporting, and lack of proper curing, improper compaction. These are the factors of the failure of a concrete in a structure. It is ensured to that we have to maintain the proper quality of aggregate, proper mixing, transporting, and then proper curing and a solid compaction needed for long and durable structures. This is the diagram of concrete quality chain. What are the processes involved in this chain? I will tell you one by one the quality chain system of concrete. Starting from the beginning, first we have to ensure that which quality of cement is used, cement types and quantity, aggregates quantity, then water quantity, material storage, fixing formwork, batching, mixing, quality chain, transporting, placing, compacting, joint making, surface finishing, curing, formwork removal and proper patchwork. This is the complete concrete quality chain which is used in any structure or in any building of concrete. This is the process of concrete quality chain. We have to follow this process one by one. First we have to take the quantity of cement, then aggregate, water, quality check, then fixing the formwork and batching, mixing. This is the complete quality concrete chain. As I earlier told in previous video, the grades of concrete. Basically concrete is depend on their grades. So the classification of grades of concrete are, there are many types of grade like M5, M7.5, M10, M15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60 and 80. And M is the mix proportion. 5 is the designation of grade, and 5 is the also strength of that particular of like 5 is the strength of compressive strength in Newton per meter square after 28 days. So M5 M5 is the mix proportion of like 1 is to 5 is to 10. This is the ratio of M5 which is used in grades of concrete. What is 1? 1 is the 1 bag of cement, and 5 is sand, and 10 is aggregate. And after 28 days, M5 grade of concrete will give us the compressive strength in Newton per mm square is 5. It will achieve after 28 days. Then M7.5, the M7.5 of mixed proportion is 1 is to 4 is to 8, and it's give us 7.5 Newton per mm square compressive strength after 28 days. Same as it is M10, 15, 20. M25 give us 1 is to 1 is to 2. This is the ratio of M25, and 25 Newton per mm square is the strength of concrete of this grade. It give us after 28 days. And M30, 40, 50, these are the design mix as per our requirement of any project. But M30 give us 30 Newton per mm square the compressive strength after 28 days. It is also classified in group like lean concrete, ordinary concrete, standard concrete, high strength concrete. Lean concrete is used for rough work, ordinary concrete is used for normal work, and standard concrete is used in structures, and high strength concrete is used in dams, bridges, apartments. In concrete, these are the very important terms like workability, segregation and bleeding. It is occurred in concrete. Now what is workability? Workability is that property of freshly mixed concrete or mortar which determines the ease with which it can be mixed, placed and finished. So what is workability? Workability is the complete process of batching, mixing, placing and finished of the concrete. And next is segregation. Segregation of concrete is the separation of cement paste and aggregates of concrete from each other handling and placement. Segregation also occurred to over vibration or compaction of concrete, in which cement paste comes to the top and aggregates settle at the bottom. Segregation defines the separation of cement paste and aggregate in concrete. As you know, concrete is the mixture of cement, sand and aggregate. The separation of the components in cement paste like aggregates from cement paste during handling and placement, that process is known as segregation. In simple word, we can say that separation of particles, separation of components in cement paste during the mixing or placing of concrete. And then bleeding. Bleeding in fresh concrete refer to the mix process when free water in the mix is pushed upward to the surface due to the settlement of heavier solid particle such as cement and water. It means in fresh concrete we mix the concrete, but sometime water increases their quantity in concrete and there is the settlement of heavier solid particle. Due to this, the water is bleeding on the surface of wall or slab. This process is known as bleeding process of concrete. It is also occurred when we place the concrete on any surface. As you all know, civil engineering is the practical branch. Like before using any material in the site or in the any construction, we have to need to test that particular item. So this is the CTM, means compression testing mold. This is the mold which is used in concrete to prepare a cube for testing process. It is that its dimension is 150 mm into 150 mm into 150 mm. Suppose we have to test a cube of M5 grade of concrete. The calculations are like calculate the compressive strength of a concrete cube for given data. हमें कैलकुलेट करना है एक कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ कंक्रीट के क्यूब की, जिसके लिए हमें डाटा दिया है. मान लो कि हमने कोई मोल्ड में क्यूब बनाया है किसी भी ग्रेड के कंक्रीट का, उसको हम टेस्ट कर रहे हैं 28 डेज, या मान लो कि वो M20 का रेशो है, M20 का उसका ग्रेड है और हम उसको टेस्टिंग कर रहे हैं. तो सबसे पहले उसकी टेस्टिंग होगी CTM मशीन में, जो कि हमारी लेबॉर्ट्री में अवेलेबल है. हमने क्यूब बना लिया. क्यूब बनाने के बाद हमने उस पर 28 डेज तक टेस्ट क्यूरिंग की. इसको हम 7 दिन बाद भी टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं, 14 डेज बाद भी कर सकते हैं और 28 डेज बाद भी टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं. तो जब हमने उसको CTM में रखा तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट पे हमने उस पर लोड अप्लाई किया, जो कि लोड उस पे जो अप्लाई हुआ वो 450 किलो न्यूटन था, जो कि हमने रिकॉर्ड किया. देन वो 450 किलो न्यूटन ही लोड बेयर कर पाया, तो हमें उससे अपना लोड पता चल गया. अब कैलकुलेशन कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ निकालने के लिए हमें लोड का होना ज़रूरी है. तो लोड किसके बराबर है कि जितना फोर्स लगी उस एरिए पे. तो लोड इज इक्वल टू फोर्स अपॉन एरिया. 450 अपना किलो न्यूटन था और 150 इंटू 115 जो डायमेंशन थी कंक्रीट के मोल्ड की. जब हमने इसको कैलकुलेट किया तो वो ये जो इसका कैलकुलेशन आई वो 450 इंटू 22,500, जो के बराबर है किसके 0.02 न्यूटन. अब हमारा लोड किलो न्यूटन में है, तो हमें न्यूटन को किलो न्यूटन में करने के लिए 0.02 को मल्टीप्लाई 1000 से करना पड़ेगा. तो हमारा ये जो फ्रैक्शन है ये हमारी जो कैलकुलेशन है किलो न्यूटन में आ जाएगी, जो कि इसका सम आया 20 किलो न्यूटन. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो हमारा कंक्रीट था, जो क्यूब था कंक्रीट का, उसकी जो कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ आई आफ्टर 28 डेज वो 20 किलो न्यूटन थी. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि हम कंक्रीट के मोल्ड को 7 दिन के बाद भी टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं, 14 दिन के बाद भी कर सकते हैं और 28 डेज़ के बाद भी कर सकते हैं. बट उसमें डिफरेंट चीज़ ये है कि अगर 7 दिन करेंगे तो उसकी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ कुछ अलग आएगी, 14 में अलग आएगी और 28 में अलग आएगी. तो इसी कॉलम में जो ये कॉलम है ये इसमें यही बताया गया है कि अगर हम इन ग्रेड्स पर टेस्टिंग करेंगे इतने दिन के बाद तो उनकी इतनी स्ट्रेंथ आएगी. मान लो कि हमने M10 ग्रेड का कोई क्यूब बनाया, अगर हम उसको 7 दिन के बाद उसकी टेस्टिंग करेंगे तो उसकी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ आनी चाहिए 6.5 किलो न्यूटन. अगर 14 दिन के बाद करेंगे तो 9 किलो न्यूटन, और अगर 28 डेज़ के बाद करेंगे तो 10 किलो न्यूटन आनी चाहिए. ये हमारा IS कोड कहता है कि इतनी स्ट्रेंथ आना ज़रूरी है, तभी आपका वो मटेरियल यूज़ करने के काबिल है. फिर उसके बाद ऐसे ही अगर हम M15 को करेंगे तो M15 की जो स्ट्रेंथ आनी चाहिए 7 दिन के बाद वो 9.7 आनी चाहिए, 13.5 किलो न्यूटन और 15 किलो न्यूटन आनी चाहिए 28 डेज़ के. ऐसे ही M20 है, M25 है, M30, 40, 50. तो अगर 50 की हम देखेंगे कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ चेक करेंगे उसका क्यूब बना के किसी भी मोल्ड में, तो अगर 7 दिन के बाद उसकी चेक करेंगे तो 32.5 किलो न्यूटन आनी चाहिए. 14 डेज़ के बाद देखेंगे तो 45 किलो न्यूटन आनी चाहिए, और अगर 28 डेज़ के बाद देखेंगे तो 50 किलो न्यूटन उसकी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ आनी ही चाहिए. तभी हमारी वो टेस्टिंग, तभी हमारा वो क्यूब सक्सेसफुल है, तभी हमारा वो मटेरियल जो हमने यूज़ किया है जो उस रेशो का वो हम अपनी कंस्ट्रक्शन लाइन में यूज़ कर सकते हैं. देन नेक्स्ट उसके बाद है इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ मिक्सिंग ऑफ कंक्रीट, कि हमें कंक्रीट को मिक्सिंग करने की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी. Proper mixing of concrete ingredient is of utmost importance in order to produce good quality of fresh concrete. During the process of mixing, the surface of all aggregates particles is coated with cement paste. Well mixed concrete is required for the desired workability and performance of concrete in both fresh as well as hardened state. If the concrete is not well mixed, then it tends to segregation and bleeding. तो कहने का यही मतलब है कि प्रॉपर मिक्सिंग हम जब करेंगे तो जो हमारी फ्रेश कंक्रीट है वो अच्छी क्वालिटी में होगी। उसके दौरान मिक्सिंग करने के दौरान जो भी हम एग्रीगेट्स पार्टिकल यूज़ करेंगे वो अच्छे से उसमें मिक्स हो जाएंगे और अच्छे मिक्स कंक्रीट हुई एक अच्छी वर्केबिलिटी देगी और उससे हमें क्या मिलेगी, स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी, हार्डन स्टेट हो जाएगी हमारी कंक्रीट। और अगर हमारी कंक्रीट अच्छे से मिक्स नहीं होती है तो फिर वो जो उसमें हम कंपोनेंट्स जो पार्टिकल्स हमने यूज़ किए एग्रीगेट सैंड हो जाए वो अलग अलग हो जाएंगे और ब्लीडिंग शुरू होनी हो जाएगी, तो एक फेलियर काज बनेगा हमारे लिए। तो इम्पॉर्टेंस ऑफ मिक्सिंग ऑफ कंक्रीट का मतलब कि अच्छी मिक्सिंग करेंगे तो अच्छी वर्केबिलिटी होगी, वर्केबिलिटी हमारी अच्छी होगी तो हमें स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी और ड्यूरेबल होगा हमारा कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर। तो ये ज़रूरी हो जाता है कि कंक्रीट को अच्छे से मिक्स किया जाए उसको यूज़ करने से पहले। देन नेक्स्ट उसके बाद आ जाता है कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ वेल मिक्स्ड कंक्रीट। All concrete materials like cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and water should be homogeneously mixed. Cement bed should cover all the surface of the aggregate. Segregation or bleeding of concrete should not occur after the concrete mixing. तो अगर हम कंक्रीट को अच्छे से मिक्स करेंगे तो जो उसमें कंक्रीट मटेरियल हैं वो अच्छे से मिक्स हो जाएंगे। जो सीमेंट का पेस्ट है वो एकदम सरफेस पे नहीं होगा, अच्छे से वो कवर अप हो जाएगा और सेग्रीगेशन और ब्लीडिंग का कोई चांस नहीं होगा। अब मेथड कौन कौन से हैं कंक्रीट को मिक्स करने के? तो सबसे पहला मेथड जो है वो हैंड मिक्सिंग ऑफ कंक्रीट, मिक्सिंग कंक्रीट मैनुअली विदाउट अ मिक्सर मशीन, और दूसरा है आपका मशीन मिक्सिंग ऑफ कंक्रीट, मिक्सिंग कंक्रीट विद अ मिक्सर मशीन। एक वो मेथड कि जो हम अपने हाथ से कंक्रीट को मिक्स करते हैं कुछ टूल्स लेके, और दूसरा जो हम मिक्सर के थ्रू कंक्रीट को मिक्स करते हैं। तो हैंड मिक्सिंग क्या है? हैंड मिक्सिंग इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ मिक्सिंग ऑफ द इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑफ कंक्रीट मैनुअली विदाउट अ मिक्सर मशीन। Mixing concrete without a mixer is only used for small work where the concrete required is less and quality control is less important. If the hand mixing of concrete, uniformity of mixing is difficult to achieve and require special care and effort. Hand mixing वो एक प्रोसेस है जिससे कि हम क्या करते हैं कि इंग्रेडिएंट्स को मिक्स करते हैं और ये एक स्मॉल वर्क के लिए यूज़ किया जाता है। देन नेक्स्ट उसके बाद है मशीन मिक्सिंग। मशीन मिक्सिंग इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ मिक्सिंग इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑफ कंक्रीट विद ए कंक्रीट मिक्सर मशीन। इट इज़ हाईली अफेक्टेड फॉर फुलफिलिंग द डिमांड ऑफ शॉर्ट मिक्सिंग टाइम, ऑप्टिमम कंसिस्टेंसी एंड होमोजीनियस क्वालिटी ऑफ कंक्रीट। मशीन मिक्सिंग वो प्रोसेस है कि जो भी हम कंक्रीट के इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं उनको मिक्स करते हैं किससे? मशीन मिक्सर से। ये बहुत ही एक अच्छा अफेक्टिव मिक्सिंग करने का तरीका है जो कि एकदम शॉर्ट टाइम में मिक्सिंग होती है और इससे क्या होता है कि कंक्रीट की क्वालिटी मेंटेन रहती है। दिस इज़ द एग्जांपल ऑफ मशीन मिक्सिंग। ये आपकी जो फ़ोटो में मशीन शो हो रहा है इसको मिक्सर बोलते हैं। ये मशीन मिक्स है, इसमें आप देख लीजिए कि कंक्रीट को कैसे मिक्स किया जा रहा है, एक यूनिफॉर्मिटी दिख रही है, अच्छे से मिक्स हो रहा है। तो मशीन मिक्सिंग इज़ बेटर देन टू हैंड मिक्सिंग। और इस वाले जो फ़ोटो में जो आपकी स्क्रीन पे विजिबल है ये है, इसको हैंड मिक्सिंग से मिक्स किया जा रहा है, जो कि सामने दिख रहा है कि इसकी जो अपीयरेंस कैसी है एज़ कंपेयर टू मशीन मिक्सिंग। तो जो मशीन मिक्सिंग है वो बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से कंक्रीट को मिक्स करता है, उसमें सेग्रीगेशन और ब्लीडिंग का कोई चांस नहीं होता है। ऑन द अदर हैंड जो हैंड मिक्सिंग है इसमें क्या होता है कि टाइम भी ज़्यादा लगता है, लेबर कॉस्ट भी ज़्यादा लगती है और कंक्रीट हमारा अच्छे से मिक्स नहीं हो पाता है। हम मिक्स कर सकते हैं लेकिन इसको शॉर्ट वर्क के लिए हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू। जो भी आज का हमने टॉपिक कवर किया है इसके रिलेटेड आपको अगर कोई भी क्वेरीज है तो आप मेरे को कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं या फिर मेरे को आप ईमेल कर सकते हैं shahnawaz.mn@myGyanvihar.com पे आप करेंगे तो इसका रिप्लाई आपको ज़रूर मिलेगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच। फ्रॉम रेन वाटर एंड अदर एटमॉस्फेरिक एजेंसीज to protect surface against vermin. So the first point is when we do the plastering, they will plaster give us a smooth surface and avoid the catching of dust in our wall. It's appear very good look. It is also protect the wall from rain, water or any other atmospheric agencies, and it is also protect our wall from like fungi and other particles which are present in the climate or in our atmosphere. As you know, sand is used for plastering and it is also used in concrete. The new process that bulking of sand. What is bulking of sand? The bulking of sand, the presence of moisture means water in sand increase the volume of sand is known as bulking of sand. It means the presence of moisture or water in sand increase the volume means increase the weight of the sand is process is known as bulking of sand. The good properties of sand are it should be free from vegetables like grass, etc. It should be free from moisture, should be free from free stones and other particle fines. These are the good properties of a good sand which is usually preferred in mortar for the plastering process. What is the function of sand in mortar? The function of sand is mortar to setting the component of the material which is used in mortar. The first point in setting, then it is also provide a better strength, and the third it also cover the surface area and it also protect from shrinkage and it also protect from bulking of sand. It means the function of sand provide a greater role in the plastering process. It give better strength. It is quickly setting with other component. It also cover the surface area and it is also protect from shrinkage. Now, what are the classifications of mortar? Mortar or classification are as under. What is then bulk density? The formula of bulk density is weight of dry sand upon total sand of volume is known as bulk density, and the heavy mortar strength is 15 kilonewton per meter cube, and the lightweight mortar should be measured when his strength is less than from 15 kilonewton to 15 kilonewton per meter cube. And the binding materials are used are lime mortar, surkhi mortar which is replaced by surkhi, and the Simmered is also used for binding the material, and gypsum mortar can be used in the plastering. The good properties of mortar are mobility and placeability. Mobility means how we mix the mortar with other components and then how we will place that material in our projects, in our like walls or floors. The good properties of a good mortar are it should be durable means long life, and it should set quickly, very quickly time, Strength achieved after curing. It means we have to place the concrete and give the water for curing process, then we will achieve the further strength. It should not affect the durability of materials which with it come out into contact. Uh, it should not affect durability means long life process, how it is durable. And the last is it should be capable of resisting of rainwater. When we place the mortar, the rainwater should be resist in this. It has a capable of resisting of rainwater. The nature of applications are brick laying mortar, finishing mortar. Brick laying mortar is used in bricks. Air finishing mortar, when we finish our project, then we will use the mortar. That process is known as finishing mortar. And the other is special mortar. Special mortar include the fire resistance mortar like aluminum cement. Lightweight mortar is very light in weight, means low grade used. Sound absorbing mortar, that is which is used in Portland cement, gypsum, and it should give a strength to 6 to 12 Newton per meter cube. Now we will discuss about the plastering types. What are the types of plastering? As you know, there are two types of plaster. The first one is interior plaster and the second one is exterior plaster. Interior plasters means when we do the plastering in our wall inside our house, that is known as inside plastering, and the outside plastering is outer surface area of our houses that should be plastered in. That process is known as exterior plaster. This figure showing the interior plaster of any house. It means interior plaster can be defined as smooth finish which has a thickness of 6 mm to 12 mm. Means interior plaster thickness should be 6 mm to 12 mm, and it is mainly applied, as I earlier told you, it is mainly applied inside apartment for various purpose. Means interior plaster is used inside apartment, inside in our houses, that is known as interior plaster. And the plaster thickness should be, interior plaster thickness should be 6 mm to 12 mm. In this diagram it shows the exterior plaster that is used in our projects like apartments of any buildings. Exterior plaster is a type of plastering that is applied on a building facade, compound wall, etc. It's having a thickness of 18 to 20 mm. It's mean the exterior plaster is used outside surface area of our any apartment in the building, and the thickness is should be 18 to 20 mm of exterior plasters. This is the another example of exterior plaster. See in this photo, the exterior plaster is done by some masons, and it is applied in two coats of 12 mm, and each top coat is usually rough finish with a sand grain texture. Exterior plasterwork being of a different composition and generally known as stucco. Exterior plasters can be made with Portland cement. Means we can done the exterior plaster with the using of Portland cement. This is the example that showing the thickness and the some components of the wall. The interior plaster should be 10 to 12 mm and the exterior plaster should be 18 to 20 mm of his thickness. These are the some tools which are used for plastering. The first one is darby, as you shown in figure. Then other is feather edge, hawk, plaster travel, wooden float, steels, plasterboard. These are the tools which are used for plastering. Now we will discuss about how plaster is made. First one is the material used for plastering is cement paste. Cement sand plaster is a layer of simmered and sand mortar which is applied over wall made of brickwork or simmered block work or RCC wall or RCC column and beam. The proportion which is used is 1:2 is considerable for the plastering process. This is the preparation of cement paste. First we will mix the cement paste with sand. This is that is showing in the figure, and the second how we place with the help of tool of that cement paste, and the third one is how we will place the cement paste on a wall for a better smooth and durability and for a good strength for our wall. The procedure taken before plastings are: the first one is wash and water the surface for 24 hours before the plaster is applied. It means first we have to wash that surface with water before 24 hours where the plaster is applied. And the next one is fix the reference mark on the walls truly in lines and plumb bob before the starting the process. Then we have to fix the marks on walls. Third, ensure all the edges of the opening are rounded. Check the plaster frequently with straight edge and plumb bob. It's mean we have to ensure that all edges are rounded of that surface, and the plastering should be surface there is no ups and down, and the edges are straight, and plumb bob is used for paralleling that process of plastering which are used in any wall or in any other remark options. Next point is make sure to fix any leakage or moisture before plastering. We have to sure to fix that leakage. There is no leakage, no moisture before plastering. The next is ensure that the wall are completely dried at 24 hours before plastering. Also keep the room at 55 to 70 degree temperatures during plaster or till the plaster set completely. This is the complete procedure after plastering is used. And next is the what are the common defects of plastering. The first defect is cracking, efflorescence, falling out, blowing or blistering. Crackings means if we are using high grade, it should be the plaster should be cracked. Efflorescence, there is no proper setting of plastering. There is, if we will use more cement or more sand, it means efflorescence will occur, and falling out we will not give the proper curing to the plastering. It should be falling out from that surface. This figure showing the defect of plastering. Efflorescence is also included, and the blowing is also occurred in our plaster. Cracking is also occurred, and falling out is also occurred in this photo. It's mean these pictures shows the defect of plastering. These are the some tips on minimize or avoid the defect. First one is the we have to carry out the plastering with skilled mason. We have to use the skilled mason for plastering. Maintain the bond of brick works properly. We should maintain the bond of brick properly, like in straight line. There is an also header and stretcher. Remove the fluorescence of brick by rubbing brushes and wash with clean water. Before using that brick, we have to wash the brick with clean water. Use the brick of superior quality. We have to use the bricks of superior quality means good quality of brick should be used. Make the water used for plastering free from salt. While using the water in plastering, we have to ensure the water should be free from salt. Next is the plaster surface with enough water so that it may not absorb water from plaster and provide damp proof at convenient place in the building. After completing the plaster process, then we will go for tiles, and these are the pictures of tiles, and we will also discuss about the classification of tiles. These are the examples of tiles like ordinary tile, trapdoor tiles, marble tiles, which is used after the plastering process. What is tile? As you have know about the tiles which we used in our houses, uh, in any building or in any apart, and the tile is a kind of floor finishing. It is mainly used for decorative purpose. Tiles are generally attached to wall and floor. Tiles should be attached over plaster in case of wall, but in our country this rule is not maintained. It means when we use the tile is used for good decorative purpose. It is also at when we use the tile, it is also attractive, it give a good appearance, and tiles are generally attached to wall and floor. Tile should be attached over plaster, but in our country this rule is not maintained. This figure shows how to fix tile after plastering in our apartments, in our buildings, yeah, or in civil engineering project. This rule is maintained only for floor. On wall, tiles are attached by gradient, means cement paste with the help of, and the ratio of cement and sand for wall is 3:1, means 3 bag of sand and 1 bag of cement, and the floor is 4:1. This rule is not maintained, but it is also applied for floor. After attaching tile, it should be kept for 12 hours, means when we fix the tile, it should be kept for 12 hours for drying. The width of grade line is about 1 inch for wall and 1 into 1.5 for floor if there is no slope. How we will fix tiling on a plaster? The figure shows tile is like fixing on a plaster. Adding tiles to a room is a fantastic way to create a personal statement through a personal design, and will certainly help refresh a room while protecting interior wall in the process. The preparations are: mark out your guideline, then apply, then laying the tiles on that grouting area. These are some precautions we should have to take before the fixing the tiles on a plaster. When we use mortar in our construction, it is compulsory we have to fix the grades, how to mix the components of the materials of mortar, and we have to maintain that grades of mortar are used in our construction. So the grades of mortars are mm 0.7, this is the grade name. Mm mixed mortar 1.5, is mixed mortar, 0.7 is the grade name, like mm3, mm5, mm7.5. means mortar mix. 0.7 we have to mix 1 bag cement and 8 bag cement, and 1.5 we have to mix 1 bag cement and 7 bags sand. These are the grades of mortar. And the last column showing the compressive strength at 28 days in Newton per mm square. The compressive strength means that grade of mortar how much give us strength after 28 days. Like 0.7 grade give us strength between 0.7 to 1.5. This is the compressive strength of 28 days of 0.7 grade. 1.5 gives us 1.5 to 2.0 Newton per mm square compressive strength after 28 days. So these are the other grades like mm5, mm7.5. mm7.5 give us compressive strength after 28 air days should be 7.5 or it is above from 7.5 Newton per mm square. Now I will tell you in depth the classifications of mortar. The different types of mortar used for plastering are like as I earlier told, cement mortar, and then lime mortar is also used for plastering. The third one is composite mortar. First I will tell you about the cement mortar. Basically the cement mortar is a mixture of cement, fine aggregate like sand and water is taken in proper proportion, while cement and fine aggregates are properly mixed in required proportions in a dry state or on wet light platform. It means in the dry state, the mixture is made up and down with the help of farva. Then the water is added and added to the mixture, and after mixing it up and down, and a homogeneous paste of cement mortar is formed. It clearly means that cement mortar does not require grinding and pounding, and it is needed in the lime mortar used for masonry work of stone and bricks. This mortar is easily used for plastering, and it is also used for repair work, grouting and paling. Cement mortar require proper curing to achieve the proper strength and durability. In this type of mortar, the ratio of sand to cement varies from 1:2 to 6 or volume depending on the strength and the importance of the work. These are the some properties which is used in plastering of cement mortar. Now we will discuss about the lime mortar. What is lime mortar? Lime mortar is a mixture of lime, sand and water in appropriate proportion, prepared in two ways such as grinding and pounding. The grinding method of preparing lime mortar is more efficient than pounding. In the pounding method, like lime and sand are mixed in dry state, and the mixture is placed into pits, and then water is added to the mixture by repeatedly poured ups and down. It means the required amount of water is added at equal intervals. When the mortar mass become continuous, it taken out of the pits to be used in masonry work. The third one is composite mortar. What is composite mortar? The lime mortar is first prepared by grinding or pounding method. Then required quantity of cement is added. Then the complete mass is thoroughly turned up and down as to get a homogeneous paste. Thus, composite mortar or gauged mortar is a mix of lime mortar and cement taken in appropriate proportion. Cement is added to lime mortar to increase the strength of lime mortar. The process of adding the cement into lime mortar is termed as gauging. The gauge process is useful to improve the quality of lime mortar and to achieve early strength. Due to this gauge process, the lime mortar become more strong and economical dense. The proportion of simmered to lime by volume is about like 6 to 18 times. These types of mortar can be used for bedding and thick wall brick masonry work. Now I will tell you the function of various types of mortar. The first function should be to tie the building material such as bricks and stone into a solid mass. Second point is the for pointing and plastering on exposed surface of masonry. They also create a uniform and soft bed layer for construction unit, and to make pipe joint to improve the general appearance of the structure, also to prepare the mold of coping, corbel, corning, etc., to serve as the cavity to hold the coarse aggregates. So the final conclusion of using these types of mortars are: the mortar is a paste prepared by adding the required amount of water to a mixture of binding materials such as cement or fine aggregates used to bond a masonry or other structure units.